Immediately this caused drama. Why? Because one of my detractor slash restreamer slash hate watcher slash internet stalkers, their name is like Duty. You all tonight. Hope you're all doing well and you're ready to have a chill stream tonight of Rimworld. I hope it goes well. I guess we'll see. Last stream was actually surprisingly chill and not so crazy, but that was about a week ago. Okay. So tonight what we are doing is testing the waters, because last week when I played Rimworld, attendance was not great. Engagement was good, but support was not great. So it was kind of like 2 out of 3 was not very good. 1 was good, but 1 out of 3 factors for success does not a good stream make. You know what I mean? I like Rimworld. I think it's no surprise. I've been enjoying the game and playing it, trying to play it more over the last month. We're now over 16 hours into it. And we're on our 3rd group of survivors who are actually doing quite well. We've built a base with big defenses. We've got the climate control under control. Everything's going well. However, I do believe that's what's happened is the appeal of me playing this game has kind of waned for those who were like, oh, I wonder if it will do good or if he'll, fail or whatever. And so that initial interest, is gone, and a lot of people aren't showing up for the streams anymore. So I made it known, I made it very public that tonight, this is kind of a test to see if people will show up again. And if they do, and we hang out and have a great time and there's support, then I'll keep this in the rotation regularly. But if it doesn't work so well, then we're going to start looking for other games to replace it. So let's see how it goes. Tonight, how is everyone doing? Hopefully well. By the way, I know they're probably not here anymore, but I want to say thank you to Wake Up Sweep. From earlier, they had done a $5 super chat at the end of my Street Fighter stream, but I was all riled up. My adrenaline was high, and I missed it. They had done a super chat and actually said, this is the worst Street Fighter game in my opinion, but it's an entertaining stream. Worst part is that I actually don't believe that Street Fighter 6 is the worst Street Fighter. I think that Street Fighter 5 is the worst Street Fighter. Not to say that Street Fighter 6 is loads better, but it's just a more playable, and it is somewhat fun. While I had zero enjoyment playing Street Fighter 5. So Wake Up Sweeps, I want to say thank you for that. That did apply to the first stream, and I'm sorry that I didn't call that out. I had missed it. Looks like there was already some early contributions. Was it, where is it? What's their name? Yimra, with a $10 super chat as the stream went live, said happy Sunday to everyone. So thank you to Yimra for our first super chat of the night, and thank you. Good to see you, Yimra. Yimra indeed is a regular who shows up for Rimworld, so thank you for supporting it so early on. And thank you to Koopa Loop, who just gifted our first sub of the night over on Kick. Let's get Koopa Loop up on the leaderboard. Thank you for that. So thank you for the early support, guys. And particularly thanks, Koopa Loop, because this week, once again, has been a really slow overall week for Kick support. I don't know why the last week has been that slow. I mean, we did entire streams earlier today with Street Fighter. I'm not kidding you. The entire stream went on. No one at all on the Kick side contributed. The entire 3 hours of Street Fighter and hour of the morning show. So it would be great if you are here and you're enjoying the content, if you could support it. Again, this stream is a test stream to see, can we get some actual interest back in Rimworld. Like, I want to keep playing it, but I need people to actually, be here for it and support it. So we'll see what happens tonight. What's going on? Who do we got here tonight? Copium, Pizza Time, Emperor Ferbs, Fed Roger, Vietnamese Comrade, Dark Shadow. Actually, this is some kind of a meme. Just gonna get rid of that person. Who else do we got? Don Jackson, Geck, Volkazik, Pepe, Kevin, Fish Tank Big Boss, Joseph Parton, Cole Zepp, and Game Boy. How y'all doing? On the Kick side, who do we got? Scorpion, Halson, Tiny Wages, a Poon Hamster, incredibly generous Anon Guy, Snake Sauce Reloaded, Dark Side Dabbing. Who else? Captain Base Pants, Mothman. Of course, we already said hi to Koopa Loop. Stepdad's here tonight. What's going on, Stepdad? Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Good stuff. Live stream to be good, Game Boy. Although, admittedly, the earlier stream of Street Fighter 6 is insanely frustrating when I play the game. Particularly today, I'm playing it on a Sunday during the day. The connections were not good. And I do believe playing Street Fighter 6, when you play it different days of the week when there's less players, you actually get better connections. Because today, the inputs just kept dropping. Like frequently during combos, I'm doing the combo exactly the same way I've always done it, and the combo would just drop. Shoryuken gives me a medium punch gives me a Shoryuken when I'm not even touching the joystick. I got once, I swear to God, I had no hand on any buttons, and the game outright just did a standing parry. There was another time I had my hand not on any buttons, and the game did fierce punch uppercut, and I'm not touching the buttons. Like, what is wrong with this game? Like, that's awful. To actually give you inputs you're not pressing is worse than dropping inputs, and it was doing that today, too. So that part was frustrating. But I am getting better with Sagat. I think that when we play again, I am actually going to try to get to the ranked gameplay and get his placement matches. I think so, right? There you go. Okay. Shout out to Code Oink, who just did a $5 super chat. Thank you, Code Oink. He says, did you have any withdrawal when you quit drinking daily? What did you do to help control urges from drinking, as well as always hugs and kisses? Yes. When I stopped drinking daily, because I was drinking daily, well, in my 20s, I used to do it all the time. And I would argue my early 30s, you know, it was many years ago when I finally stopped doing that and I weaned myself off of it. But basically what I would do is, like, I stopped drinking all the time. Like when I was, my early YouTube days, that was the worst. By far, my early YouTube days, that was the absolute worst, okay? Where I was drinking, like, every single night, okay? And so what I would do is I would wean myself off of it by saying I would drink a few times and then stop. And then after a few days, I would drink again, and then I would stop. All right? What's the easiest way to do it? Don't have liquor in the house. If you don't have liquor, you can't drink, right? So I would have like a week of work lined up of all these games I had to record. Okay, well, these 2 nights I'm going to drink. Then I'm going to take a day or two off. Then I'm going to drink again, but I'll be out of liquor. So now I won't drink for 2 days, and then I'll finally go out and probably buy more, you see? So it was a slow process on and off. Did I get bad withdrawals? No, because I weaned myself off. But absolutely, my body craved it. It felt weird not having it. There were some days I had headaches. There were some days when I just felt awful and or like pissy about shit for no good reason. Because, well, there was good reason, because I was withdrawing, you know. I never had a horrendous crashing withdrawal symptom, and I was shocked because I had heard horror stories about people who drank so much and then they stopped drinking so much, and they would have like horrendous, painful withdrawals. I never had that. So maybe there's extra letter in Koopa Loop's name. Let me fix that. Maybe I got lucky. I don't know. Because I was under the impression that I was going to get really, really bad withdrawals, and I didn't. You know, there were some symptoms and things, but it was never like atrociously horrible pain and suffering or anything like that. So, so thank you, Koopaloop, for the $5 super chat. Excuse me, it was not Koopaloop, it was Code Oink. Thank you, Code Oink, for the $5 super chat. There we go. Okay. But anyway, as your other half, what we were saying, what did you do to help control your urges from drinking? Very simple. I kept myself super busy and made it so that it wasn't even like feasible for me to have liquor all the time. Like, for example, if I'm working constantly and I'm traveling and I'm doing all this stuff, I'm time to go out and buy liquor. And when I lived in Connecticut, it was even harder because in Connecticut, you had to go to the liquor store. Like you couldn't just go to the supermarket and there was liquor there. They don't do that in Connecticut. In Connecticut, you have to go to a specific liquor store due to the laws that they have there. And the liquor store would only be open certain days. They were always closed on Sundays. You had to go during certain time periods because the law outlawed when they could be open. I think they would open at like noon or something like that. And it would only be open to like 8, 9 p.m. So it actually was kind of tricky with the work schedule that I was living. And so it made it easier to not have to just go get liquor whenever I wanted. Admittedly, if I didn't live in Connecticut, it might have actually been a harder thing to do because like here, you could go to like almost any store, they have liquor. Any grocery store, any convenience store, Target, they all have liquor. You know, so you just get one-stop shop. But then if it just didn't make time to get the liquor, then it would not be available to me and I wouldn't drink. Yeah.